sawmill, everything like that.
There's still coffee.
Come in here, sit down. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, who in here has got Periscope? Get your phones up. Hey, John, what's up, man? Finally got here.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start a live feed and share it with everybody. Everybody share everybody else's. Go ahead, get them up. You guys know how to even do it? First time? We're going to all scope today, right now, simultaneously. Let's get the phones out. Documenting history here today.
Ronnie just knows how to take pictures.
Fortunately, good thing Doug showed up. He thought he was speaking at 1:11.
Yeah.
I rushed over here to not miss you, man. Okay, who here doesn't know Doug? Raise your hand if you don't know Doug.
I don't know. Who is he?
You don't know Doug?
Who's Doug Rucker?
Okay. For those of you that don't know Doug Rucker, this is the president of our association. So what we got going on here today is, this is his last speaking engagement. He doesn't realize it as the president of the association. Because as you guys know, some of you guys have been watching those nominations. I don't think we have anybody running against George yet, but George Clark will probably run unopposed in the election that's coming up in a few days. So if you guys don't know about the elections, you'll get an opportunity. Those of you that are contributing members, raise up your hands. Okay? You will get an e-ballot, and those selections will be on there, and you need to return that e-ballot when you get it in the next few days. You'll have a full 30 days to fill it out, but when you get it, just do it. You know what I mean? Don't push it up to the envelope, because remember our entire organization is run by volunteers, and there's three guys: Guy Blackman, John Orr, and Charlie Arnold. Three past board members. Charlie Soden. Three past board members that are running that, and they will count those ballots independently and tally them as far as who the winners are for the 2016 to 2018 term. Okay? People that are running, stand up real quick. There's people in here that are running. There we go. Christy, raise up your hand so everybody knows you. She's from San Antonio, Texas. She's running for an at-large position. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else here? We don't have any other future board members here.
Ray Burke's out.
Raymond.
Ray Burke.
Is he coming?
Hey, Jack, get Ray Burke.
He's gone.
That's not Ray.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Raymond Burke here. We're talking about running. Are you running unopposed so far still?
Am I running unopposed for VP?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't care. Raymond Burke, will be our vice president, it looks like. Give him a round of applause. Ray, do you plan on being president one day or not?
Do I have to kiss babies and
Yeah, shake hands and all that other stuff. Yes.
Yeah, I would love to be president of the UAMCC one day in the distant future. Distant future.
You never know. You could get in and then get appointed. And let's give Christy a round of applause too.
Just a heartbeat away from it is the.
Hey guys, what do you got on scope there? How many people have shared that thing yet? How many viewers you guys got?
22 viewers right now.
I had 52 yesterday. That was the most I've ever had, so that was pretty good. That Google, the one Google that we were doing yesterday, I forget on whose presentation, had 124 viewers. Wow. Yeah, so that was pretty good. So in case you guys didn't know that, these cameras are live. You know, they're being streamed to the internet. Okay, so what we're saying here, if you're talking about somebody right there, they're hearing it. So be be very careful. It's good to know that now that well, we're almost over with. But as well as, actually, it was your roof cleaning thing out there. That's what, or the spray thing. That's what got it. When that was they're standing there alone, I didn't realize they had 120 viewers. So, guys, Doug Rucker, he's gonna go on and take past president. He's also gonna chair the education committee for the future. Paul Cassander does that. Thank Paul, because without Paul and that group, as well as Rich here behind you guys, I want to give Rich a hand too, man, because Seal and Lock's been a big supporter of the organization. Give Rich a round of applause. He really has. But Paul and his committee out there with all the other associates, if you guys don't know what the word associate means, it's our distributors, manufacturers, it's the people that sell us our goods. Even the associates include education people like Agent Clean, AC's kind of on both sides of it, Soft Wash Systems. He'll be here later today to speak, I think at what, 2 o'clock? Is that right? 2 o'clock. I mean, these guys, without these guys, we couldn't do what we're doing here. And since this is recorded and I don't say it enough, I know you guys have heard it, as of right now, we haven't used one nickel of membership money to drive these things. Not one nickel, okay? It's all being driven by the associates, that's the manufacturers and distributors. All this stuff is done for free. Now, was it free? Did you guys come here and did anybody charge you today? Nope. Because there seems to be a little fallacy sometimes that when you get here, we're going to charge you or something like that. Did anybody shove any products down your throat yet? Nope. Yeah. Have they?
They didn't have to.
No. Anybody up here that was speaking shove any products down your throat? No. Because they don't. They teach you. That's what we do here. This is what we do. When Doug and I first got on this, Doug, I know you're anxious to speak, but tell these guys why we why we took this thing, the bull by the horns, and did this.
To help people succeed.
It's that simple.
That's the conversation I remember having with Ron when we were talking about taking over the org. It was either going to shut down, and we were talking about, forecasting the future and what we wanted to do and be known as and all that. And Ron said in a sentence, exactly verbatim, "Why can't we just help people succeed?" And I said, "That's it right there. That's what we do." So that's what all this is about, and what the whole org is about, is to help people succeed. That's what we're here for.
And remember, we're just volunteers. When we take your membership money, we don't get any of that money. Unfortunately, truthfully, the membership, I don't want to say it's not strong. It's strong, but there's really not a lot of dollars in memberships. You guys can figure that all out. If you took 500 times $149, it hardly pays for her to administrate the association at that point. Will we be bigger one day and have more money? Possibly. We've kept that dollar amount low because basically for 20 some years there hasn't even been an organization that's achieved this in 25 years. There are other organizations out there. I belong to them all. They haven't achieved what we've achieved so far. 3,800. Doug doesn't know this number, but I'm gonna tell it to him right now. We trained 3,800 people in the last 3 years.
3,800?
3,800.
Wow.
3,800.
I think 3,600 of them are in Houston.
It's crazy.
Can I make a comment?
So, hang on a second, Rich. I'll let you interrupt me again and I'll let you do it, but this is where we're going. Doug is taking on the education committee. I'm going to be stepping down as the volunteer director. We always, when we started this thing, we felt, and I'm telling you guys this, take a little bit of Doug's time here, but I'm telling you guys this because it's very important. I think what other organizations didn't do is they never made the marriage between the associates and the contractors. It was never there. There was this barrier, and what we've done is we brought it together. Now, what my dream is to take us now to the customers. Wouldn't you guys like to be in a room standing up here talking in front of 100 of your customers? Wouldn't that be awesome? Okay. Well, that's what we're doing this year. We're going to go to a few different shows. I think the first one coming up is going to be the NRA show. No, it's not the National Rifle Association. It's the National Restaurant Association. How many people in here service restaurants? Well, we're going to be putting you in front of 45,000 customers in 3 days. See how strong that is? Is that strong, John? Would you like to have those lists, those contacts? You want to hit those? Okay.
Where is that?
Well, don't miss my talk because I'm going to tell you how you can rapidly achieve success with those. Because I know these 45,000. That's overwhelming. Now I always laugh about this because Doug says funny things. But we're at this show 3 years ago with Chris Apple. Who was with us? Paul was with us?
Yeah.
And we're walking around, and he says, "What are we doing here? It's just a bunch of restaurant owners." Yeah, it was funny at the time, and he understood why it was funny. Doug just, he was a residential guy at that time, focused all on residential. So hey, why would we be here? If you're a residential guy, you don't care about restaurant owners, do you? Unless a restaurant owner might own 300 restaurants and own a $3 million mansion, right? I mean, I think people forget too that these people in these mansions, what do they have?
Businesses.
They own businesses that need to be cleaned. Every person is a potential customer in this industry. Everybody potentially needs us. What do you want to say, Rich? I know it's going to be something nice.
Yeah, it's about you.
Okay, I'm here.
This is the first time I'm going to say something nice about you.
All right.
I've known Ron for about 8 years, maybe a little longer, and I've seen him put his heart and soul into this organization. We all know he didn't make a damn penny out of this. But not just the guys in here that are successful that I know that he played a big part of. When you look throughout the United States, there's a whole lot of these out there that he had a part of, including myself, that he's helped make us successful. So my hat's off to Ron Mustard. Can you lower my fees now?
Hey guys, without further
Thank
ado,
you, Doug.
this is it for Doug. It's his last speech as the president. Give him a round of applause, guys.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
One other quick note. We have some pavers out there. If anybody would like them, you can have them for free. Sealed? I'll seal the rest of them even for you. So if anybody wants them, let me know. Okay, you're on.
We'll have a drawing for him later.
I forgot.
You want them?
The guy on the right was the first one to put his hand on.
Okay, who'll give me five? Who'll give me five? Who'll give me $5? $5, $10. All right, hey guys, most of y'all know, may not know, I own and operate a pressure washing, roof cleaning business out in Houston, and I also have a trade school called Pressure Cleaning School that people come in. Some of you guys may have. I know Rick came in, a few people have come in. It's a day and a half of training, hands-on training and also classroom training. This is a little thing that I've done for when I travel. This is not necessarily part of my training in Houston, but it is part of, I believe, the online video school that I have. I have about 100 videos online that you can pay to view all those videos, and this is part of that. And this is really about the little things in our business. Sometimes, I deal a lot working with beginners. How many in this room are brand new to the business or just starting out? Okay, well that's kind of my passion, is helping people that are just starting out and helping, guiding and directing them and things of that nature, coaching them, mentoring them along in their business. And one of the things that we concentrate on when I'm doing this one-on-one is little things in the business. And one of the first things we talk about is how you're going to look at your business. Are you just a pressure washer? Are you just someone who goes out and sprays bleach and water? And I encourage people to never dumb it down to something like that. You're an exterior cleaning professional. You deal with many different types of services, many different types of chemicals that are used to clean those surfaces. So you are a professional. And don't ever dummy down what you do as to someone that's just spraying water or just spraying bleach and water or just a pressure washer or things of that nature. Take pride in what you do, take pride in your business, and that will show to your customers. Make the process as easy as possible for the customer. One of the things that we do is we have call or text on everything, business cards, trucks, all that cell phone right there is my business phone. My guys text me, customers can text me at any point in time. The calls are forwarded to the office. I have an office manager, Laura, who's there right now. So right now, if somebody dials that number, it goes immediately to the office and she answers it. But it's always set up where someone, either she or I, answer the phone. I've tried answering services, answering machines, all that kind of stuff. I just still feel the best way is a live person answering the phone, that when that customer has a question about how would you clean my stucco, they don't have to hear, well, I'll have to have the manager call you back or somebody else. They can get an answer immediately, because 90% of the time they're going to hang the phone up and call somebody else and keep calling until they get somebody that gives them the answer. Make sure that you arrive on time, and if for any reason you're running late, contact the customer and update them on your arrival status. I was at a customer's house last week, arrived 10 minutes early for an estimate, and she was telling me she was shocked that I got there early. She had had somebody that was supposed to be coming to look at something else for the house, an electrician I think it was, and they were an hour late and hadn't even made a phone call to let them know, and she was pretty frustrated by it. Customers don't like that. Respect their time. You know when you're going to be late. You know when you're running late. And that's another beautiful thing with the texting that we do with my customers. I can text them, say, hey, I'm running late. I've texted them a picture in traffic and said, hey, bumper to bumper on 59, but we're on our way. Okay? They love that kind of stuff. Just keep in touch with them. Let them know. If they know I'm gonna be a half hour late, she may not be able to run up to the store real quick and knock some type of errand out, and that's helping her, and she's feeling good about you helping her. Be sure vehicles are clean at all times, of course, washed, dashboard clean. Don't be one of those that has all kinds of crap on top of the dashboard. You know, in the old days it used to be map books and file folders and all kinds of newspaper and all kinds of stuff. Keep that dashboard clean. Customers can look at that. My theory is, how's a customer going to feel that you can clean their home or clean their driveway if you can't even keep your truck clean and organized? Okay? I don't want them to look at my house, because my house doesn't get cleaned. But the trucks get cleaned about 3 times a week. Uniforms, be consistent with your uniforms. Try to wear the same type of uniform every day. We have shirts like this that my guys wear for the company. They wear those, and then I wear these every day too for the company when I'm out running customers. Turn off your phone. One of the big things that you need to remember is to turn off your phone when you're at an estimate. If you forget and the phone rings, don't answer it. What I will do is, if I'm walking around with a customer and I forgot to turn the ringer off, and it starts ringing, I'll pull it out and I'll flip the ringer off. And sometimes the customer will say, you can go ahead and take that. And I'll say, no ma'am, my attention is on what we're doing here right now. Put it back in the pocket. Okay. Whatever it is can wait. If you forget and the phone rings, don't answer it. Instead, politely apologize as you are turning your ringer on. Live person should always answer the phone, either an answering service or forward it to someone that can answer. Try never to let it go to voicemail. So those are basically your 2 options. Again, I've tried the answering services, was not very pleased with it. In fact, one of them cost me a $15,000 job. So try to get that live person. Again, I'm a big believer of call or text on everything that you have. I try to pound that into people because it really works. Listen, when you're talking to people and you're talking to customers, try to do a good job of listening. Remember that the person that listens the most always wins. Therefore, the person that talks the most, what? Loses. One of the big things is, like when I give a price, if I give a price out in the field on a job and I say you're looking at 450 plus tax, immediately shut up after you've given that price. The next person that speaks usually loses. And the biggest mistake most people make is when they say $450 plus tax, they start immediately justifying why it's that price. And there may not be any need to do that. The customer may be waiting to say, when can you do it? Okay? So give your price, shut up, and wait for them to respond. And one of the things, and sometimes their first reaction, their first response will be that price is kind of high, or the price is too high. I use an old Zig Ziglar trick and I throw it back onto them, and I ask that back in the form of a question and say the price is too high. Now they're going to have to explain to me why they think the price is too high before I start overcoming that objection, because I need to know why they think the price is too high. It could be they've never had this done before. It could be that the guy last year did it for substantially less, which we can walk around that park all day and get over that one. I'm trying to find out why they think the price is too high before I start trying to overcome the objection. Okay. Always remember the surest way to get somebody's attention is to pay attention to them, focus on the customer, and listen for their hot spots. If you're walking around the house and the customer sees a dirt dauber up there or a wasp nest and says, can you get that wasp nest down? The last company didn't get it down. Better make damn sure you get that wasp nest down. You can clean the whole house up and make it look beautiful, but if that wasp nest is still there, you just failed. So listen to their hot spots, the things that they bring up. Those are things that are important to them that you need to make sure you take care of. Be a problem solver, not a salesman. That's what I consider myself. I'm not a salesman. I can't sell anything. I'm a problem solver. Okay? And I educate my customers to how we're going to solve their problem. Do what you say. Do what you say you're going to do, and do a little more. This is something that we always do. We always find something, whether it's a small strip of gutter above the garage, the mailbox, patio furniture, something that's not included. We always try to find a little something to do that's a little extra, and we let the customer know that we did that for them. But just do what you say you're going to do also applies not only to just on the job site, but to showing up on time, and to, if you say you're going to send the quote by email that day, make sure you get it to them that day, or at least call them and or text them and explain to them why it'll be the next day. Follow up to make sure customers are happy within 24 hours, either by phone or email. I really like doing it by email. I'll shoot them a quick little email and say, hey, just want to make sure you're happy with the work that we performed for you. And then when they reply back by email, I've got a customer testimony. Okay? It's in words, and I can copy and paste it and put it. And then on my website, we have a thing for reviews that I can send a link to the customer and they can fill that out, and then it goes right onto my reviews. So I send those to people that respond positively, which is every one of them. Thank you cards. We send thank you cards out. This is a card. This is a card that we had printed up. I printed, I just designed it myself off of U-printing, and that's where the label goes. But this side, I can take a Sharpie and I can write, thanks so much for allowing us to clean your home. Okay. I can also send this as a one-year reminder. I can write, say, hey, it's time for us to come out and touch up your house or whatever. And I also use these if I'm driving by a house and like I'll see a lot of rust stains, I'll get the address and then just mail a card and say, hey, just want to let you know we clean rust stains. That's all I put. They get the card and they call me back and say, hey, can you come clean the rust stains? Okay. Yes. It's always a good idea to add your business card and any promo materials that you have, like a magnet, sticky pad, or whatever, if you're mailing in an envelope. Customer appreciation gifts, we hand these out to customers. They're wrapped tissue paper. Emma Grace does this and does a little curly thing with the, I don't know how she does it, but she does that. Inside it is notepads, magnets, okay. Some people would give away the gift like this in a little bag, which in most cases the customer can see it. It gets thrown on the counter, and then they'll open it whenever they get ready to it or whatever, because they see it's a notepad or a magnet or whatever. This is like a gift. They have to open it up, and now they've got the gift in their hands. And now they can make a choice of where to set it and use it. So that's why we wrap it in sheet little tissue paper with a little, kind of make a little production out of it. Bigger customers, we send them fudge, brownies, things of that nature. I actually had, and those are from online, I've had some people that I've helped send me gifts that were like fudge or brownies or cupcakes or whatever. And they're delicious. And so I just take those names. We got something a couple of weeks ago from that Sin Jim place too. I think they were brownies and they were pretty good. But I just hired these two little girls that are friends of Emma Grace's. They made some peanut butter chocolate with Rice Krispie candy over and gave it to us in a box. One of those 10 boxes during Christmas, you know, you get all kinds of candy and stuff. It was the best piece of candy I think I've ever eaten in my entire life, and I swear I could build a candy store and just sell that one thing and be successful. But I'm hiring them. They're going to start making my candy for my property managers and things of that nature, because it's an easy way for me to get good, tasty treats in their hands, and for me to keep a good supply of them too. So, always remember that the way to make a friend is to be a friend. So try to develop a personal relationship with your customers, whether it's residential or commercial. This is something I learned from Ron years ago through his commercial sales, and I took a lot of that and adapted it to the residential. And that's why we have so many maintenance contracts or maintenance work that we do for large, high-end mansion, we call them mansions, houses. Get to know your customers, find out their birthdays, hook up with them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Give until it hurts. Churchill says we make a living by what we get, we make a life by what we give. Get out in your community, find some people that you can help with your services, and do some work for free to help make yourself feel good and also to help other people. You don't necessarily do it for publicity, but if you can get publicity, that's great. But the end result is to help somebody. Don't ask questions about jobs on your personal Facebook page. A lot of times I'll post pictures on my Facebook page of jobs. People will ask, how much did you charge? What did you use? I don't answer those questions. So I don't want my customers to know the answers. Okay? PM me, call me, text me, whatever. I'll be glad to answer the question, but I'm not going to answer it on my personal Facebook page. And I normally don't really talk pricing anyway, because pricing is so regionalized. I mean, what I can charge in Houston, I can't charge in Clearwater, Florida, or whatever. You know, every place is different, so it's hard to talk pricing. Facebook customers, I always ask my customers to leave a comment on our business Facebook page. I usually will check their Facebook page prior to going on an estimate, especially if they're really big homes. I like to find out what the people do, how they're able to attain that big home or afford that big home or whatever. But I just try to I like to get a little bit of information about them. I can usually find out where they went to college, where they were born, where, all that kind of stuff. I've had some customers that were born in areas that I'm very familiar with, or were born in the same city as me or whatever, and I'm able to weave that into a conversation in order to help develop that personal relationship a little bit more. And then another good idea is asking local friends on Facebook to share your post about your business. I have about 10 or 12 that I can count on that about once a month they'll share a post of something that we put up there for before and after pictures. So if they've got 1,000 friends and you've got 10 people that are doing that, that's a pretty good reach. So ask your friends. And you only want them to do it about once a month because you don't want their page to become spammy looking or whatever. But if they can just write a nice little note, hey, look at another great job my friend Doug did over at Clean and Green Solutions. Certifications and affiliations. This is very important. UAMC Certified has helped me to close so many big high-end jobs, not only from residential but also commercial. Use your certifications. If you're not certified, do what it's going to take to get certified, and let customers know that you are certified. Put it on your website. Put it on your trucks. I link just about every blog that I write on my website back to my contractor directory listing. I'll say if I'm writing a blog about roof cleaning, I'll state that Clean and Green Solutions is a certified roof cleaning company, and I highlight or hyperlink those words back to my contractor linking. Use those certifications to your advantage. They're huge. Customers do care. Some people will tell you that they don't, but they do care. It's very important to them. You just have to make sure that they're aware of it, and oftentimes it can be the difference maker in you and someone else. Affiliations like Front Nine Restoration, if you're a pro applicator with them and you've got the listing on their site, use those. Pressure Washing Institute, Power Wash Network, things of those natures, use those, go on there, blog on them. They're great for you. Here is a
Is it a video?
Yeah. I'm not trying to play the video, I'm trying to. Okay. Before and after pictures, we always take with our phone, especially if the customer's not there, and we'll text them to them while they're at work. Kind of helps to solidify and show, number one, that we did how great it looks, but especially when we got there and the customer's not going to be home, we always text and let them know that we're there. It just helps them to kind of feel at peace that you are there working and they don't have to worry about anything. Video testimonials are great. Can you hit play? And will it come out loud? That's a video testimonial we can't get to play, but ask your customers for a video testimonial and record them. This one I asked her and we set it up. I don't ever tell them what to say. I have a pair of those pivot glasses also that has a camera right here in the middle. And sometimes I'll throw those on and walk up and just ask the customer, hey, how does everything look? Tell me about your experience with our company. And I'll be recording that. And then when I'm done, when she's done and I'm done with the recording part, I'll take them off and explain to her, hey, I just recorded what you just said with these glasses. Here's the camera right here. Do you mind if I use that as a video testimonial? Okay.
That won't work for you, Doug.
Huh?
That won't work for you.
Why?
Yeah, I know. It seems like it makes customer upset.
No, if they say no, I don't want you to do that, then I don't do it. And I say, okay, no problem. most of the time they're like, sure, yeah, I'm glad you told me because I would have been all nervous if I'd known you were recording me, but yeah, go right ahead. You got to understand by this point when the job's done, we've developed a pretty good trusting personal relationship to where they've texted me, numerous times. We've talked on the phone a couple of times.